Dear students, in this module, we are going to talk about social stratification. So, first of all, let's see what social stratification means. So, it derives from the Latin word stratum, which is the plural strata, and it means that it's a horizontal layers. So, it refers to a given society's categorization of its people into rankings of socio-economic ties. It means that we are generally ranking the people based on different characteristics within the society. We, as human beings, have the propensity to classify or to categorize not only different aspects of our lives, but also to the people in order to understand or make sense of our world. So, for example, something we call better as compared to the other thing. So, these comparisons are the part and parcel of the human life. So, similar is the case with the social groups. So, we tend to categorize human beings as well into different stratum. So, society is divided based on the economic, social, religious, as well as other aspects. So these aspects are important to be discussed. And as far as the stratification's terms usage in social sciences is concerned, it is a relative social position of the persons. If we call the stratification from social sciences perspective, and in a given social group, category of geographical region or other social units is also considered important. For your identity, for example, it is important to understand that what gender you belong to, where you are born, in which city you are born, or maybe in which country you are born, or most importantly, in which class you are born. So, these all aspects play a very important role in identifying yourself, not only yourself, but also of your value, sociologically speaking. So, based on the factors like wealth, income, social status, occupation, power, caste, and class. So, all these aspects are important in determining your stratified position in society. So, let's look at the formal definitions of what social stratification is from sociological point of view. Social stratification, as per Raymond Murray, is the horizontal division of society into the higher and lower social units. So it means there is always a kind of connotation for the classification or categorization of the human groups and societies. And then we have the Ogburn-Nim curve, the process by which the individuals and groups are ranked in a more or less enduring hierarchy of status is known as stratification. As we have already discussed about the social positions and roles and statuses associated with those social positions. So, all of these social positions are not value neutral or are not considered equal. Some positions are considered higher as compared to the others. So, based on the social positions, we human beings are not only stratifying the other human beings, but also trying to make sense of our world, our social world around us, based on the rankings and the positions of those individuals. If we talk about the origins of the social stratification, right from the societies which were the hunter and gatherer societies, we do have the kind of stratification. In other words, the moment human beings begin to live in the groups, the stratification emerged. So, horticulture, pastoral, or whether they were agricultural societies, stratification did exist in all those societies based on the division of labor and job specialization. For example, in the agriculture society, you will find people who are who are playing the role of peasants as compared to the landlords. So landlords are enjoying the higher status as compared to their peasants. In industrial societies, for example, you find the working class and the class of businessmen, those who have the means of production, and those who are mere laborers. So, those who are in the labor, they are ranked as lower position as compared to those who are on the means of production. The improvements of working conditions have led to the post industrial societies, but it does not mean that the stratification is going to be minimized or stratification is going to be disappear. Social stratification would always exist by changing its shape from one society to another and from one historical time period to another. So, if we want to distinguish the social stratification based on certain typology, we can have the three major indicators. One is the class system based on which the stratification is done. The other one is the economic stratification, that is the class system. And the third one is the heredity stratification based on the your race or your birth. So, these are some fundamental characteristics of stratification. It means that stratification is universal. You will find across time and space, stratification existed throughout the historical period for the human societies and across all the societies. And stratification is socially constructed. By social construction, it means that uh, any of the values that we associate with certain positions are not natural, are not given by the nature. These are purely the human constructions. We make sense of what a person means. We make sense of, for example, if a cobbler is of higher status or of lower status, or a goldsmith if he is of higher status or of lower status. So all these values are the constructions, are our own social constructions. And these social constructions are not permanent. They are subject to change based on that if the society changes its overall structure, a certain position can be assigned a higher value or a lower value depending on based on what a society judges or views that social position. So it can have a diverse form, and social stratification has a lot of consequences on our social lives. The first of all, that an important consequence of social stratification is that human beings are never satisfied with their positions. They always strive to go from one position to another position, and generally, they always strive to go towards the higher positions. So, these consequences have a very dynamic effect on individuals' life, not only on individuals' life but also on the life of the whole collectivity.